Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Papa Bear. As usual, this is where we come to talk about all things fatherhood. We encourage one another, we talk to each other about what it means to be a dad. We share practices, best practices, we share lessons, we help each other to be the best versions of fathers that we can possibly be. And that's what Papa Bear is about. And I'm really happy to have you on the channel today. I want to talk about a topic that we don't really talk about much as men, and certainly not as fathers, and that's the issue of self-awareness. And I want to spend the next few minutes just talking about self-awareness from my perspective. I think it's important that as dads, as men, that we are as self-aware as we possibly can be. And self-awareness is really understanding who you are, what you're about, what makes you tick, what makes you pissed, what makes you happy, and being clear about what those things are, and using that self-awareness to help drive your fatherhood effectively, so that you're able to apply yourself in the right way, so that you're not running all over the place, helter-skelter, headless chicken sort of thing. You want to be very clear about what you cannot do, what you like, what you do not like, so that you can be more effective as a dad. You're not everything to everyone. You have to be clear, you have to narrow down. And that's what self-awareness does. And in my view, self-awareness is three things. It revolves around three things. Number one is your pain. Number two is your past. And number three is your personality. And you have to sort of understand all those three in order for you to be effective as a dad. Now, let's talk about them one by one. So your pain, number one. All of us have gone through trauma. We've been damaged in different ways. Some of it has come from our fathers. Some of it has come from, the people around us, from our jobs, from our workplaces, from our spouses, from our kids. Sometimes our kids cause us pain, and we have to be clear about what is it that hurts us. What is it that you experience or that you have experienced in the past that has hurt you and that has made you feel a certain way about that person or about that situation. What kind of trauma have you experienced in the past? Now, this is deep stuff. This is excavation stuff. You have to really go deep into your history. It's kind of tied to the second point, but this is really about pain. It's about what it is that has damaged you, has hurt you in the past. Now, you might look at yourself and think, there's nothing that really upsets me, or I'm not in pain. I'm okay, chief, I'm good. But think about it. When do you get triggered? Are there things that people say, or are there situations that you're in and you immediately get defensive? You immediately get triggered, or you immediately get upset, and you can't explain why? Do you find yourself, your emotions swinging back and forth, and you can't really explain why? Do you find yourself in a turmoil, or you're feeling certain things that you weren't experiencing a short while ago because of some exposure or some person or some situation? That is a cause of pain, and you need to really go deep and find out what is it that's causing that pain. So yes, you need to understand your pain. Number two, you need to understand your past. Now, this is deep because a lot of people have gone through very difficult pasts, financially, emotionally. Some people have been abused. Some people have been harassed. Some people went through bad experiences in high school, in campus, even as young children. So there's a lot that's happened in our past, which is affecting how we think, how we operate, what we do today. And the thing about it is, if we don't deal with the past, then we pass that on to our next generation. All right? You become what you don't deal with. If you don't deal with that pain, if you don't deal with that issue, you're going to pass that on to your kids. So you need to dig up your past. Yeah, it's deep stuff. It's really intense, and it's not something that's going to happen overnight. But you need to get to a point where, as a man, you are a lot more aware about your past. Because of the way the human mind works, some of the things that happen in our past, we block them out and we don't think about them anymore, and they just stop existing for us. So we need to be able to get into those things. If you need professional help, please seek it, because it's important that you understand your past in order that you can be more effective in the present and for the future. And then number three is your personality. Now, we're all different. We have different things in our minds, and there are different ways that we look at life. And that's driven partly by experiences, by exposure, by education, by many other things. But our personalities generally more or less stay the same. They can get molded and shaped and, beaten around the edges. But at the very core, we are who we are. And we need to understand our personalities. And there are tests that you can do. There's a test called the MBTI, or the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. So if you go online, you can find a number of tests that do the MBTI. And what that does is it helps you understand the person that you are, your kind of personality, and it gives you options out of a possible, I think there are 16 combinations, and it gives you one of those and tells you this is the kind of person that you most likely are. This is helpful, it's powerful for you as a man, because then you don't try and fit in somebody else's shoes, or you don't try and live vicariously through your children by forcing them to be a certain personality, because you know who you are. So self-awareness is critical. And it's important that we as men do those three things: excavate your pain, understand your past, and explore your personality. And with that, you'll be better placed to be aware of who you are, and better equipped as a man, as a dad, to do what you need to do for your kids. So yeah, as usual, if you have any thoughts about this video, please let me hear your comments. Put your comments at the bottom of the video. If you haven't already, and I'll be very disappointed if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Just click that subscribe button, and let's you'll be notified when videos come out. You also need to like and share this video so that we can get this conversation going. If you know any man, if you're a woman and you know a man who you think needs to hear this, please share it with them and let them know that there's a world of content out here that's there for them to equip them to be better dads. Yeah, thanks. See you soon.